back to the edge with another Edge of Eternities draft. Let's just get into it here. And we got a good one to get started here. Nova Hellkite. It's going to be hard to not pick this immediately. Very, very good. Really, really nice. What else do we like here? Godless Shrine is cool. Don't mind reroute systems. The Infiltrator's pretty interesting. Elemental, Virus Beetle's fine. Radiant Strike's fine. Marvel Scoutlander is also quite good. We could look at doing a little of the green-red fun, depending on what we see here in the next pack. But let's just grab our Nova Hellkite here. That is an easy pickup for us. Now, what do we want to go into from here? We have Dual Sun Adepts, pretty good. We have Mouth of the Storm, which is fantastic. A little bit of Hilderblade. We got a Debris Field Crusher to bring in. We got Sammy as well, Banishing Light, the Operative, and then the rest is probably so-so. Now, we could just take the Debris Field Crusher. This is fine, right? It is 3 damage. It does give us a spacecraft. This is also an artifact if we care about the synergies there. The best card in the pack is probably Mouth of the Storm, though, if I had to guess. And I'm thinking that's maybe what I want to take. I think that's what I'm going to take. I don't really particularly love much else in here. Like, Sammy is fine, but I feel that, you know, unless you're really bought into that, it can be a little tough. So, okay, and maybe we get, I don't know if we're getting rewarded or not, but we have the Uthros Exile, Memnon, which whenever an artifact enters, you get a +1/+1 counter on target creature. I do really, really enjoy this creature. If we can see things, more things like the Moxite, the Pangolin, even Sentinel, let's try to do the red-blue artifact thing. I've tried this in the past. It hasn't always panned out great, going to be honest. But every once in a while, it can be pretty good. Now, here's an interesting one. I like Molecular Modifier. The +1/+0 on first strike is quite good. So this does really help to push in some damage, gets you some positive combats. Roving Actuator does help us with the artifact piece and lets us play an instant sorcery spell with mana value 2 or less. There are quite a few good spells for this that are interesting. Selfcraft Mechan's also quite good. Slagjo Scrapper is totally fine in the deck. I'm going to take the modifier, though. I just think it is the best card in those colors. And now we have really the choice between a Gale Blade and a Moxite. We could also look to splash into black with a Voidforged Titan. This is quite good. That also opens up black if we're seeing any like good removal. But I think I just want the Moxite here. We're going to want some card draw. We're going to want some action like that. I think that's going to be helpful. Starbreach Whale is an easy pickup here out of that pack. I love being able to warp this in, set up our draws, do what we need to do. And then this represents just a good body in this environment that a lot of times can help to push in some damage or just be a big blocker with a pretty good stat line as well. So setting up okay here. We're going to need to see some good removal, hopefully. But other than that, we have our top end getting close to covered, I would say. Maybe one more decent top end creature spell here could be helpful. Again, I don't necessarily have to totally buy into the artifact piece if we don't want to. All right, now we have a Memorial Team Leader. We could just kind of go aggro here with the modifier and the Team Leader. Pretty good. This is the tap-untap dealio. I'm going to take the Team Leader. I'm going to take the Team Leader. I like that. And we get the opportunity to now pick up a Roving Actuator anyways. So I am going to go ahead and take this. This is the +1/+2. You can flash it in. This is kind of actually interesting in the deck where we could pump something up. Keeping this open, I have a feeling we'll see another Light Jammer come around. So we will take the Actuator. We just need... I feel like you need about 3 spells or so where this ends up being pretty good, right? So if we could warp something in and then be able to play this, that's obviously fantastic. But even with like a Starbreach Whale, that's a 6 mana investment, but you do get a spell for free. So maybe not terrible, I guess. Big blocker with landfall or the 1/1 flying sack draw card. What's interesting is plussing these up and being able to have this get +1/+0. I'm actually going to just take the Remnant Elemental. We can really strongly consider not playing this. We're really not doing much of landfall piece, but we could see some land seekers that would make this okay, I guess. And then again, if we play a land, have like the team leader out or the modifier out, it's not terrible. All right, I'm going to take a Rig for War here as a potential combat trick spell. We need spells in our colors. We need Cryogen Relics. We need some spells. We need some good removal. I will definitely take a Sentinel. That sets up pretty nicely for what we're trying to do here. Artifact synergies, tap and untap is pretty good. If we do see any, there are some decent spacecrafts. So I will take a second actuator. Now I really want some good spells. And I am left with a torpedo. Ooh. Oh, I have to just take this, right? Like, this is just too good not to take. We do have a tractor beam, which is pretty interesting. Which, tractor beam with the Sentinel is also kind of gross combo. Invasive maneuvers is fantastic. I would definitely take a mech in here as well. Even an orbital plunge, right? Get the lander token. That can trigger some of the artifact synergies, but Thrumming Hive is just an auto include, I think, in almost every deck. Okay. You can take another whale, which I'm okay bypassing the whale, I think, at this point. Virulent Silencer, I'm not super interested in that. Mech and Shield Mate. I actually really do like the Turbo Drone. I do think there are a lot of opportunities when you're aggressive. It's an artifact. It also helps to push in a lot of damage, but I'm going to take the Pangolin here. And if we can see a few Pangolins to get some value off of these guys, that would be great. What is this? Paradox Haze. Enchant player at the beginning of enchanted player's first upkeep each turn. That player gets an additional upkeep step after this one. Huh. I'm going to be honest. I didn't even know this was in the set. That's an interesting one. Here's an even more interesting one. Out of this pack, it's like Landseeker versus Freighter. And I like the Freighter. Let's take the Freighter. Hopefully we'll see another Landseeker. Oh, man. Oh, Dragon. Mechan. What do I want here? I have a Mouth. I have a Thrumming Hive Pool. I now have the Freighter and Nova Hellkite. Do I need a Nebula Dragon? I don't. I do. This card's fantastic. I'm going to take a Self-Craft Mechan. I'm hoping that we're going to have enough artifact synergies here to make this work. There's another Nebula Dragon. There's a Nutrient Block as well. There's also an All-Fate Scroll, which isn't, like, terrible in this deck. There's also a Tanook. Artifacts and red creature cards have Warp 3. I guess I take the Tanook. I don't know. Ooh. Alright. Saw Ship, Plasma Bolt, or Mechanozoa. Oh, these are so good. I'm going to take the Plasma Bolt. I need some removal. I need some interaction. That seems pretty good. Turbo Drone, Mechanozoa. Mechanozoa, please. Love this card. Okay, here's an interesting one. Wef Stalker Ardent. Whenever it enters, we're dealing damage. We can warp. We have the Technician, which is a decent creature, or the Turbo Drone. Again, I want artifact synergies, and I like the little Turbo Drone. Invasive Maneuvers came back. Wow. Beautiful. All right, we need like one more good 2 or 1 mana removal spell or interaction spell, and then I'll feel pretty good about at least playing one of the roving actuators. Doing okay. Doing pretty good on creatures, to be honest with you. I think this is just a shield mate. Like, do I need another whale here? Or do I want to just pump up my curve? I think we pumped the curve up. I think that's fine. That's not the strongest pick out of that pack. Maybe taking another whale would have been smart. I'm just going to take this just to take it, to be honest with you. I'm not playing this. It's a very interesting card. I'm going to get a Nebula Dragon anyways. I'm taking it, for sure. Wow, and a technician. Our colors feel pretty dang open. Ooh. Ooh. All right, we have a Skywarden here. Cryologist, not too interested in that. Space Time, I'm not going to splash. Really, I think the two options are a scan ship. We could look at splashing into black for the Mechan, but I don't have any landers. Might stick away from that. But scan ship enters, draws us cards. I like this. Let's just grab this. It's another artifact for us, which is totally fine. Here we have a Lost in Space, a Jammer, a Mechan, and an Ore Plate. Let's see, what is... I mean, the Specimen Freighter does the thing. We really only have the Plasma Bolt and the Invasive. That gets us something back. I just feel like I need interaction. But do I want the interaction to be Lost in Space? I feel like this is just... It's a good effect. It's a little overcosted in my opinion. I'm going to just take an Ore Plate instead. We'll look for some better interaction spells here. Okay, we have a Caveron, which we can crack a land, make a 2/2, then everything gets +1/+0 in haste. Or I could take a Cerebral Download or another Ore Plate Pangolin. I'm going to take the download. I think drawing cards is important in this type of deck. Landseeker, easy grab. We have the Drill Too Deep. We're just going to be light on interaction is where I feel like I'm going to end up landing. But I feel better having a Landseeker, makes a lander, helps us to fix. We do have a bit of a good... We have a really good top end here. We do have some interaction with the Mechanizo. We can double play, warp and then play this again. That locks something down. Let's just kind of get our value online. Probably don't play the Elemental. I really don't think I played two of these. I think we just play the one. Okay. I'm wondering if I take the Watery Grave. Like, Selfcraft Mechan is really good here, but I feel pretty solid on creatures. Or do I just grab the Grav Kill and hope that we see... I'm going to take the Watery Grave, and now we're open for some interaction in black, maybe. It's like, I don't really want this. I'll just take the Lost in Space. Again, I'm not the biggest fan of this card. Okay, I think we're going to double spell decently, so an Operative seems fine. Our curve is pretty good. I need, like, one more good interaction spell. Airpact Intimidator, though. I don't think I can be mad at this pickup. Just not going to see it, I don't think. I don't think we play the Skywarden. I might have to play the Rig for War, legitimately. Or even the Torpedo. I'm going to put those in as options. Flash it in. I'll take the Jammer. The Mechan is fine, because we can trigger it twice. But again, I think we're set. I think we're really set on creatures here. Oh, the Hellkite does act. I mean, so it's like 1, 2, 3. Another Pangolin. Get all the Pangolins. I guess a Drill Too Deep. Do I consider Drill Too Deep for the artifact destruction? Okay, let's take a look here. It's not terrible. It's not terrible at all. I think we did the plan decently. How good did we do the plan is the question, though. Let's just look at our interaction, because that's, again, where I think we are the lightest. We have a really nice low curve, lots of stuff to do. Scanship draws us some cards, Team Leader Actuator. I really don't know that I play this. Everything having haste is pretty interesting. Can make for some good combats. Download here. I mean, this is a double bounce spell. That's interaction. I just don't have a ton of ramp either. And I have 10 cuts. Definitely need to cut a few creatures. Honestly thinking the operative. I want to lean pretty hard into... I think, into the artifact piece. I like my top end here. I'm going to get rid of Tanook. I'm going to get rid of the Technician, I think, as well. And maybe one Pangolin. All right, let's look at our interaction here. Destroyed artifact. This just feels too narrow. Although we do have potentially two. But I am thinking about getting rid of the scan ship here. And maybe the light jammer. I do think the Moxite, the download, and obviously Thrumming Hive Pool are quite good. I think we could get rid of that. And it's kind of like a Rig for War versus a Torpedo. This does destroy non-land permanent. So maybe it is Rig for War. We have the bounce here. Bounce. And then essentially kill, kill, hopefully kill. Doesn't seem too bad. So plus interaction here, 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 here. Ability to reuse this on maneuvers and bolt. Doesn't feel terrible. We have 12 artifacts, which is pretty good. So like Cerebral Download should be pretty decent, right? Should be able to fix our hand quite well with this. We have some good fixing here, a little bit of card draw with the Moxite. I'm almost wondering if I get rid of the Moxite. No, I think we need the extra card draw and filtering. And then again, this can be a double trigger for our artifacts entering, which is not bad for Memnon. It's not bad for Pangolin. I don't know too much that I care about Nanoform Sentinel tapping and untapping things, so maybe that's an okay cut. And now we just need one. Is it a shield mate maybe? No, I want to have some good early creatures, and this ends up being a very good blocker in a lot of instances. And again, with the amount that we're going to trigger this with different artifacts coming in, I feel pretty good with that. I don't think we can cut the land. No, we're too heavy on the top end. I definitely need the filtering and the card draw. It's really a creature that I think needs to go. Maybe it's the team leader. I think modifier is better, helps us to push in the damage. The first strike is very meaningful. And I do want to help to lessen the curve a little bit, bring it down just a bit. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We're making a creature here, we're making creatures here. This is technically become a creature. I feel pretty good with this ratio. Let's see how this does. This is an interesting one. I do feel like, again, it's going to come down to, can we stabilize and interact with the board in meaningful ways? If we can do that, we can see some cards. If we curve nicely, I think we have the opportunity for this to be a really cool deck. Again, I like the top end here. Hellkite, Mechanozoa Mouth, and Dragon are all fantastic. We just got to get there. And I think this is a curve that can, and some interaction early that could potentially do it. But we'll see. And maybe it's not the Torpedo. Maybe I really should not be playing this, and maybe I should be looking at bringing that Rig for War back. That's really the only sketchy one that I'm thinking about, and I'm leaning into it because of the artifact synergies and the advantages we'll get from that, and its non-land permanence, which is nice. But cracking this for 6 feels pretty bad. All right, play some games. Let's see. I gotta try it. I got the Hive Pool, you know? I need one red source. Okay, deck. Okay. Let's get some blockers up. Let's get some things in the way. What happens? Luminary. Is this a better turn 4 play? I think it is, actually. I just need a land. Cool, I get to play a land. Sweet. Alright. Well, this play remains. Shoot that. Attack. Deal 5. I mean, I gotta get to 6 lands. I mean, if we can see another mountain after this, that would be a mountain. Would be so huge right here. Hit me with the mountain. Oh my god. Like, there's no reason not to play this, right? Does this just get counterspelled? Make sure it shoots that. That's fine. I genuinely don't care. You gonna bounce this? Boston Space. Radiant Strike. Okay. That's fine. That's fine. That is fine. I think at this point, if they tap out, we're just looking to just absolutely jam Thrumming Hive Ball. Psionicist. Making a one. Very nice. I think we take this trade. They are tapped out. So we play the Hive Ball. Make our guy bigger. And we hold. Now we're going to be able to Specimen Freighter, bounce some stuff, put the artifact, get the thing. Gosh, it's going to be gross. Sure. And we can just keep Memnon back here for blockies. So we got, what are you playing? Reliquary. A fight. What are we doing? There it is. Sure, make some drones. I'll have no problem just bouncing those. 2 sliver creatures. I'll just put it here. It will not attack, and I'm not going to put any into the Specimen Freighter yet at this point. And I don't really need to attack with Memnon either. Sure. Second, sure. Yep, nice. Yep, you can eat that. Nice. Eating the lander. Good. Nice. Good deal. Good deal. I have to be careful here because they have the Cryogen Relic. A somewhat aggressive attack here could certainly deal me some damage. Let's make some slivers. Wondering if I want to start pumping this up. Nope, I'm gonna just wait. Sure. Now with all these double striking slivers on the battlefield. And Memnon being a 3/5 also helps. Well, that's pretty good. Sure. My Memnon's gonna die. Sure. Drawing lots of cards. Deck is pretty sweet. It's just, can they get through a Thrumming Hive pool? Now 6 slivers. Please stop with the lands. Holy moly. Well, at this point, I do this. Sure. They were likely doing that anyways. But it getting locked down is fine. There's another relic. So this is a problem if they can make this a creature. Oh, they chose not to kill them. Huh. Interesting. Well, Drill Too Deep would have been great in the deck to kill the Pinnacle Kill Ship. That's for sure. They could start attacking with their 1/1s in the air. These are double strikers, my friend. This is not going to work out the way I think you think it's going to. What can they have for 2 mana? That wrecks me here. So if we block here like this, block here like that, I don't lose any. What do you got? Nothing. That's dead. This will die. Yep. All right. I need really anything at this point. I need some type of action. Dribble download, something. Sure. Awesome. Oh my God, dude. You're joking me, right? I take 10 in the air. This takes 3 more to station. So if they do like Monitor and Psionicist, or they play a land and do Expansionist. think I can afford one attack here. They're not going to block with the station monitor. Especially if they can double spell. I'm taking some hits here. Sure. I really was expecting Pinnacle Killship to go against them. None. Still have good blocks here. Yeah, there's another double spell turn. They've done a good job of basically filtering cards and drawing a lot of cards. Yeah, you can turn on Pinnacle Killship with this. Sure. Heated Sliver, sure. Okay. Am I dead here? I think I'm dead. Attack with all. That's 11 in the air, 12 in the air. Seven, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I'd be at 1. Right? 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 13, 14, 15. I have to block. 7, 8, 10, 12. 14. I'm at 1. Yeah. Not drawing any spells for it's gosh, it happens so often in this format. It's crazy. And if I could draw. Yeah, I just don't think. Yeah, I mean, I needed this last turn to be able to bounce Pinnacle Killship. Good game. Nothing we could do there on the back of 4 land draws in a row. Okay. Pangolin, modifier, actuator, I'm good. And we got some card draw. This all seems fine. Go pangolin into pangolin. Beam. So actually wondering if pangolin into pangolin is the right play here. Sure. Gonna depressurize my pangolin. Okay. Now I'm attacking you. I'll take 2. I got unraveled. It's like, do I want to wait? No. I'm gonna attack here. Sure. Glad it's pangolin and not my Landseeker, that's for dang sure. That's why we wait, folks. You got 5 damage coming at you, friend. Let's grab A red mana. Peace. I can pop both of these back to their hand. Some damage in. What you got for me? Relic, sure. I think it makes sense. Do that. I will take the damage. Because now that they're in a tough spot here, which is pretty interesting. Oh, they had their own. That's pretty cool. Sure. Sure. Got a good deck here. I actually think it's here. Here. This gets me the 4 damage. We have 5, 6, 7, 8, so I can download and modifier. Now they can crack Dubious Delicacy here to gain some life. They can lock down my Specimen Freighter. But my Land Seeker with the modifier on it is going to be pretty good. Oh, actually, am I just dead here? 2, 4, 5. I think I'm dead here. Lose 3 life. No. No, I'm not dead. Okay. Maybe I am dead? I am dead. No, that brings it to 8, 9. Am I dead? I take... Yeah. Yeah, I'm dead. I mean, good game, man. Like, what am I supposed to do against that? That's sick. I mean, one Uthros deserves another Uthros, I guess. If I don't draw a 3rd land, I'm in massive trouble. If I do draw a 3rd land, this hand is great. Let's try it. That's about where I'm at. Needs to be a mountain as well. Here's going to be me not drawing the 3rd land. After that first game where we drew 17 lands in a row, let's the luck was on my side. I mean, I try this. It does present a blocker. I'm hoping that it doesn't. Okay. Yeah, good. Warp and then 3 damage. Sets up my draws. I think back-to-back mountains is what we want. I have to get rid of the Lightsmith because that's card advantage for them. Hilderblade. If they just equip the Hilderblade, that would be bad. Sure. 2 damage. Reroute systems. Ugh. Oh, that sucks. Is this just to trigger the void here? That's aggressive. I want to be able to crack this and play roving at the same time. I think we're just playing the whale. I do think one more land here, good. Three, 5. Killed my whale. So 4. 1 more mana. This goes up at 12. So why don't I do this? Warp this in. Lock this down. And I'll play the turbo drone. That will attack. Assuming they don't have a 5 crew. Well, I mean, now at this point, right? Like, lock this again. Turbo drone this guy. Get in for that much damage. Sure. 5, 6, 7, 8. I can count. We have been on the... Have we been on the draw every game here? I think we have. It's been my luck too. I mean, evasive into Turbo Drone into Landseeker is pretty good. Assuming, of course, we find another land. There it is. Oh, okay, perfect. Okay. And I can invasive here. Keep the threats at bay. Just gonna kill this. Red green. Okay. Cool. Make it 2/2. Nice. Make another 2/2. Very nice. Good plays. Good plays. Sure. And they have the lands now too, which is awesome. Good for them. I just do this though. And we don't attack. I can Melded Moxite here. And or Starbreach Whale and Moxite. Get a land. I can Turbo Drone. Crack my lander. Feeling that was coming. Yeah, roving the edge. Let's find a blue source. I'm gonna Moxite here. Then I will just stay back on defense. Sweet. So I have 6 lands available to me. Again, I need 7 basically. Be able to Roving Actuator, Melded Moxite, or Melded Moxite, and then Roving Actuator to be able to play Invasive Verse is the play. So I can make a 2/2 actuator. Evasive. Shooting one of the 2/2s. Surprised they're cracking this. I wonder if they have just more lands in hand. So I would have thought they would have waited for bioengineered, the use social engineering here. If all they have is just lots of removal spells, I'm gonna have a hard time keeping pace with this game plan. So here's what I want to do. Attack for 2. And I'll put Pangolin. Play a Mechan. Auto pay, please. Eat my 2/2. Draws a card. I'm gonna make the Mechan bigger. Hopefully it also doesn't die. Play my land. Jesus, man. That's wild. That is wild. Orbital Plunge, Bombard, Orbital Plunge, Diplomatic. Crazy. Crazy. Sure. Oh, man. Let's see what they do here. Landers, probably. Yep. I cannot attack. GG's, my friend. GG's. Sure. That is trample. Can I just take the damage? Like we block here. Block here, we block here. And I'm dead. Game. I mean, look at that. Literally 4 removal spells, diplomatic relations, and all they did was play an edge rover and use social engineering, and they out creature valued me with just finding a whole bunch of lands. How many lands do they have? 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 lands. And then they just ramped up into Glacial Godmaw and triggered it twice. That is the tale of this format. Draw poorly in game 1. And just not find any action to support our Thrimming Hive. Game 2 was close. Was very close. Was actually a really fun and interesting game. But we just, I mean, tempo swings back and forth, and they were able to stick a few more things on the battlefield. They had better value, for sure, in that game, I think. And then this game, I mean, any of this stuff sticks for a few turns, right? Landseeker sticks, Memnon sticks. We even got the value off of the Roving Actuator with the Melded Moxite to be able to kill something. Pangolins stick at all, and are able to get a little bit bigger. Like, we're somewhat okay, maybe. I don't know, maybe I'm supposed to Starbreach Whale there. The thought process was get a few more things onto the battlefield to at least be able to block the 2/2s. Like, I'm sacrificing the Terrapact Intimidator here, just to crunch a 2/2. A 2/3 certainly is better than the 2/2s. So I have some decent blocks, even potentially still taking some damage, and then being able to like warp this and then turbo breach it, maybe even get some damage out of it. I mean, you know, or again, play this and get some value. But that is that's Edge of Eternities limited for you, for sure. That is rough. You know, we've had a pretty good run to get started here for the new season, so I can't be too upset. This deck definitely is not a 1 win and 3 loss deck, in my opinion. Maybe a little bit more interaction. Like, Torpedo's pretty bad, like I said, so I think Torpedo gets swapped out for even just something, again, like another Invasive Maneuvers, or any other decent interaction spell. Even like a Divert Disaster or Counterspell would have been totally fine. Something that we could trigger off of Actuator. But our top end was great, right? And we found opportunities to get there. That's the interesting thing. We played the Hive Pool. We had the Nova Hellkite. We were able to do a few things and really punch in some damage. Mechanozoa was pretty good. I just continue to not be a fan of Lost in Space. Really just don't. Again, in this format, this is too expensive in my opinion. Just to be able to put something back on top. So I would like to see those two things switch, but everything else here feels pretty fine, I guess. Maybe Melded Moxite's not great, but like we got enough artifact synergies to trigger this. Plus this was helpful for us again with the actuator to help to trigger Void to make the 2/2. So I don't know. What do you think? Let me know. Let me know what you think. Let me know what you would have built differently. Maybe I should have played the Drill too deep instead of the Torpedo there. This could have maybe been impactful. The one game that we had the Torpedo, maybe this helps us out, right? Ends up killing like maybe the opposing specimen freighter or whatever. So that's not might have been pretty good. Wish we would have seen Nova Hellkite a few more instances. That would have been pretty sweet. You know, being able to in that last game, although it wouldn't have been impactful because it deals the 1 damage, being able to like Nova Hellkite into Roving Actuator is a pretty sweet turn for the most part. Mouth of the Storm that last game would have been fantastic. We actually would have been able to play it and lock some things down and actually maybe stand a little bit of a fighting chance. But other than that, that's where we landed. Unfortunate, but that's how Magic goes sometimes. So hopefully you enjoyed. If you did, let me know. Hit that subscribe button. Lots more MTG Arena content, and if you like pack openings, do those every Wednesday. Got a fun little series coming up as well, so be sure to stick around for that. Got playlists for all of our stuff. We've had some absolutely bomb openings here recently. Jumping in some older sets as well, so if you're interested in that, be sure to give that a peruse. Whole big playlist, like I said. Did a ton of Final Fantasy, Spider-Man set, or Through the Omen Pass here on Arena is quickly approaching as well, so we'll be jumping into that for sure. And I'm pretty excited, I'll be honest. I'm pretty excited for a new fresh limited environment. Hopefully it's decent, hopefully it's fun. At least the first few weeks are always kind of interesting as folks figure things out. We'll see how it grinds on, and I could say that Edge Eternities has been good, not great. I put it in the good, not great. It's got some interesting things. It's a decent set. I like the set, but I am definitely ready for a new limited environment, but probably be playing a few more of these while we wait. So again, as always, thanks so very much. Consider hitting that subscribe button. We're on the road to 1,000 subs, our first big channel milestone. And other than that, be sure to catch you in the next one. Thanks for watching. Peace.